This is the Star Wars wall display case. Last time it's going to be fully assembled and running in my garage. Over a Memorial Day weekend, I'm going to go deliver it to Patrick's place, where it's going to hopefully have a long, fun runtime of displaying things and buttons blinking and all that kind of fun stuff. Up top, there's going to be a vent in the room that's going into over that way, but then there's a space open here, and this is where we have all the power. This is the main power light. If that's on, everything's on, and that's important because sometimes we can have some of the other stuff turned off. There's some backlit vents. Those can be turned off. And there's also a button that controls the display lights, so you can turn those on and off separately. And you can also dim them if you want darker or brighter. And I'm not going to cycle through it now, but there's a way to keep clicking the on off button to change from cool to bright white to a couple different variants for the display lights. These are done up in an Imperial style. You see these lights on the Death Star. They are also cabinets, so you open them up and we got some storage space behind, and of course the big blocky door because we had to fit all the lights in. If you want, the lights do change color, or if you're in a rave mode. I don't know how that goes with the blinky lights, and doesn't feel very Star Wars-y anymore, but certainly is one way you can do things. The display shelves are actually for wall mount DVD players by TVs and such, but I wanted the clear glass so the light would shine down through and you have a nice way to display everything. They are also adjustable up and down, so you can, they're all straight and perfect right now, but they can be adjusted in height to fit whatever Patrick wants to display in there. All of the panels on the bottom, those are blinking lights and switches. We have everything hooked up that if you press a button, it can do something, and the brains of the system can select specific lights to turn on, etc. Now we have that hardwired and set up, but currently it's not doing anything. It's just running a blinking light cycle, but there's plenty of time to program other things with that. It also is capable of sound, has 2 speakers on either side, and we got that hooked up to an amplifier, and the amplifier has radio and Bluetooth on it, so he can play music and stuff across this. The main idea is just to have some beeps and Star Wars sound effects and things like that in the background later on. Again, that's getting it figured up for the Brains project and making sure that we have the right board for that the whole bit. All this is controlled with stuff that's behind the scenes. We have a teeny little adorable amplifier, but trust me, it works well. We have a power source for all the lights and everything. We have brains and other stuff in there. It's a little jumbled right now. That's going to get tightened up and neat before it gets shipped out. This is an example of what one of the back walls looks like. Each button has to have wires for the switch and wires for the lights, which comes down to this, which isn't even the brains of everything. This is just the controller boards that have switches coming in on the left, lights going out on the right, and that feeds back to the brain to tell it all, hey, if this specific switch is flipped, you're supposed to do this thing, kind of thing. This is currently open. I have some white panels that are going to go across the back so you don't accidentally drag something out when you're opening the doors. It's going to have 2 drawers. I need to finish up the front face of this one. It has 2 drawers that open up. Again, more storage space. Classic red felt. And then, of course, the other storage space over here with shelves. And that is the Star Wars wall. We got some extra programming to do eventually to get different things happening with the lights. We want to have different modes. We want to have sound effects, stuff like that. But overall, I'm very happy with how it turned out. A couple little touch-ups on some of the doors, some paint and everything, just to get it all nice and sealed and happy and everything. And it's going to be a fun trip to go see my friend Patrick and take a long drive trip. I've never been on a I haven't been on a really long drive trip in a long time, so it'll be fun. I'll be excited to see it in place at his place, and we'll have another video up then and some pictures and stuff showing you how it looks like in his office. Thanks.